Probably Bloodtithe, because we can discard the Razorlash to a blood token if we draw another land. And we can also kill their Bloodtithe, I guess. What's up, everyone? It's TheOneJame, and today we are playing Rakdos Midrange featuring a lot of Planeswalkers. There's 8 Planeswalkers in this deck, and if you're looking at this from the CoolStuffInc.com channel, you are going to like this. I think Liliana the Veil and Ob Nixilis the Adversary are very, very good against other decks that are not going super wide on the battlefield, which I think that makes this the perfect time to play a deck like this leading up into the new set. We have a lot of synergies with this deck as well, not only Bloodtithe Harvester and Fable the Mire, which you're probably already used to from Rakdos Midrange, but there's Razorlash Transmogrant and Tenacious Underdog that can both come back out of the graveyard after you sacrifice them with Ob Nixilis the Adversary. It also gives the Ob Nixilis token 3 loyalty, so you can minus Ob Nixilis and minus the other Ob Nixilis to make 2 devil tokens, and there's not going to be too many options for the opponent to get rid of Ob Nixilis right away, which was what makes this and Liliana the Veil very strong. Other mid-range decks like Rakdos Midrange Mirror Matches and Grixis Midrange, Jund Midrange, decks like that are not flooding the board too much, going as wide. So Liliana the Veil is so useful getting rid of our opponent's Graveyard Trespassers, Sheoldred the Apocalypse, Fable the Mire, Goblin Shaman tokens, Bloodtithe Harvesters, and so on and so forth. And it puts our opponents in a very hard situation to get rid of Liliana afterwards if they have no creatures available. They'll also have no creatures because we have a lot of removal spells as well. We have 4 Cut Down, 3 Go for the Throat, 2 Abrade, 4 Bloodtithe Harvester, which also doubles as a removal spell, and 4 copies of Invoke Despair to make sure that our Planeswalkers don't die as efficiently as they would if we didn't have things like that. So we have 22 black sources to cast Invoke Despair on curve, 15 red sources to cast our Bloodtithe, Abrade, Fable, and Ob Nixilis, and we have a couple copies of Brotherhood's End in the sideboard, which we probably might not be able to cast Brotherhood's End on turn 3 efficiently, but it's going to be more of a turn 4 spell in this deck since we are not playing 17 or 18 red sources. But when you need Brotherhood's End, it can come in clutch. Also in the sideboard against other Atraxa decks and control decks, we have 3 copies of Duress. Against other aggro decks, go wide strategies that Liliana the Veil and Ob Nixilis aren't as good against. We can bring back our Graveyard Trespassers and Sheoldreds. We have Gix's Command as a sweeper as well, and very, very good against Esper Legends. We have Reckoner Bankbuster against other mid-range decks, and Soul Transfer can get a lot of value against other mid-range decks as well, and also gets rid of Planeswalkers and has exile removal potential against cards like Ao the Dawnsky. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the matches. Like and subscribe if you do want to see more standard decks like this that have been doing well going into the next format. It all starts right now. We're on the play. That's pretty good. Razorlash or Bloodtithe? Probably Bloodtithe because we can discard the Razorlash to a blood token if we draw another land. And we can also kill their Bloodtithe, I guess. There's the other land. Really just want to get rid of theirs. Then maybe I'll discard a land to the blood. Nope, I changed my mind. Gonna kill the Graveyard Trespasser with Bloodtithe Harvester. Discarding a Razorlash. It's interesting because I kind of also want to Invoke Despair. I think I'm just going to do this, though. I don't really want to discard my Transmogrant, though. I'd rather discard a land, but I also want to cast Invoke Despair on curve. Let's just discard a land. Thomas, thanks for the sub. 13 months. What's the difference between a well-dressed man on a unicycle and a poorly dressed man on a bicycle? Attire. Attire. That's funny. Am I go for throating this now, or am I waiting to Invoke Despair that? Pretty sure I'm just going to go for throat that now, because I'd rather Invoke Despair a Fable. And it also lets me keep the pressure on until I draw a 5th land. Ob Nixilis. Well, our stuff is exiled. And I really kind of want to get rid of this Misery Shadow because I don't have a rule spell if I don't draw a land. Go ahead and get rid of it now. I'll attack with the Razorlash and then sacrifice it for Ob Nixilis, I think. And then I can just make 2 1/1s.
Oh, I have a job. You work for me now.
I get a similar power and toughness on the board, and these can block. Did not draw a land.
Go ahead. Plead.
I am gaining a bunch of life, so the Sheoldred isn't that big of a deal. And if they don't kill my Fable token, we get to make the treasure token to cast Invoke Despair anyway. Well, there goes my Transmogrant. Not too useful in this matchup anyway. And I guess it kind of is. Do a little chump block here. Liliana of the Veil. Huh. See if they decide to discard the card.
Pleasure doing business with you. Go ahead. Plead.
They do discard Capricious Hellraiser. Wow. So am I casting Invoke Despair, or am I casting Liliana of the Veil? I think it's just Liliana, because I don't want to jump attack the 2/2 to the Graveyard Trespasser. Just make him sacrifice a creature, no big deal.
But one of your friends has to leave.
No attacks, even though I do want to make the treasure token, I want to protect my Planeswalkers from Sheoldred attacking. And they scoop it up. Nice. Lorikeet, how's it going? Alright, so what do I care about in the mirror match? They're more of a reanimator build. So I do want the Graveyard Trespassers. More importantly, what do I not want? They have Graveyard Trespasser in their deck, so I kind of don't want to be soft to that. I'll cut a couple cut downs because they're not an aggro deck anyway. I'll cut a couple of the legendaries. And I'll bring in Bankbuster. I'll bring in Graveyard Trespasser. And I'll bring in a Gixis command and one Transmogrant, I think. I don't think I want Sheoldred in this matchup. It's just too easy for them to kill with their hard removal spells. I'll keep this because I have a chance to draw a third land. It was a little bit clunky, but we do have a removal spell and a chance to draw a third land. That is not it. Alright, we could be in trouble. There are 25 lands in this deck. Land? Never lucky. Discard a Graveyard Trespasser. Well, that's good for us. We have drawn 8 cards with 2 lands. Sick. Alright, we're going to Abrade the Bloodtithe Harvester, and then we are going to Liliana, the Graveyard Trespasser. Drew a land like an absolute boss. We are going to have to worry about this Fable the Mirror Breaker flipping, though.
Sacrifices must be made.
Wow, they EDT'd my Liliana? Land, please. Nice. It's too easy for them to kill my Fable here. But I need to draw a land. So I think it's... I'm still casting Fable. They're going to get rid of my 2/2, but I need to draw a 5th land off of the second Fable trigger. Okay, that's not going to work out. Back for 5. Oh, I'll just naturally draw a land. That's fine. It's fine, too. Now, am I Gixis commanding or am I Invoke Despairing? Gixis command is just a board wipe. Invoke Despair can leave them with their Bloodtithe. And I would be dead to another Invoke Despair. If I Invoke Despair, they get rid of Reflection as their creature and then keep the Bloodtithe, and I draw 2 cards. Oh, I also can't Invoke Despair because we have 2 red. So I guess I'm just killing their board. And hopefully they don't play a Sheoldred. Sorin? Okay, I need a untapped black mana right now. Untap black mana?
My ways are not for the...
Untap black mana right now. The easiest draw of my life. So you're telling me there's a chance to win this game? I'll have 7 mana next turn. So if I draw a 2 mana card, that would be ideal. They cast a Fable. They used all their red mana to do so. That is not a 2 mana card. I don't really want to Invoke Despair again. I do want to get rid of their 2/2 and their Fable, but I don't want to just, like, get rid of their board and then draw 1 card. I think I'll do this and Ob Nixilis this turn. Just to try to get my life total higher. And the devil can technically kill the Goblin Shaman.
Shake down the locals. Is power.
Unless they cut down my 1/1. So now all I have to do is hope they don't have removal for Graveyard Trespasser or another Invoke Despair. But at least I'm not just dead to that. See if they discard anything. Discarded a Sokenzan. Well, they discarded the guaranteed kill to Ob Nixilis. Oh my gosh, they used Xander's Allowance to draw a card. We're in business. They could be flooding. Well, they didn't discard this card to Blood Token. Oh wow, that was a great draw. We'll do this first. What's up, Vorkaz?
Defy me, and you'll lose everything.
So you're telling me that there's a chance? They have Sheoldred's Edict? Ah, they have Takenuma to get back their Bloodtithe. Oh, never mind, they got back the Sorin. They're almost dead, though. Nice. Sick game. We will keep this. I'm going to play out Underdog here because I don't mind if this gets countered, because we can just bring it back out of the graveyard later. Unless it's Syncopate. Please don't be Syncopate. Impulse, let's go. I love lands. I will play more threats. Oh, they thought about Essence Scattering my Tenacious Underdog and didn't, and then impulsed instead. Ledger Shredder? There's no second Ledger Shredder. Am I just going to play out Transmogrant, or am I going to Abrade? I think I need to Abrade. Although they could play 2 spells right now. But if they do, it forces their hand on their own turn, and then if I draw another land, I can Liliana. See if they play another spell. Nope. We drew a land. Probably have more counter spells though. I'd rather Fable the Mirrorbreaker get negated than Liliana, especially because Liliana can get rid of a Potygen in the future. I mean, they didn't even have negate. They have a bunch of Essence Scatters in hand. They didn't have negate. They didn't have Make Disappear. Tolarian Terror. Value. Alright, so we can go for the Throat. Wonder Shredder. Just so I don't want to give them a connive. And we'll do this play. I would keep my 2/2 around.
Happy to help, but I'm taking
If I did the other line,
word of personal
but I didn't want to give them a connive. Another terror. That's not the untapped land we needed.
Don't overthink things.
Discard Thirst for Discovery. They have Fading Hope. Main phase Impulse. Well, that's pretty good for us. Alright, hope they don't Spell Pierce, I guess. I don't think they have Spell Pierce, or else they would have held it up for Fable. Unless they already drew into it. Hey, that plays around Spell Pierce. Okay, so we can play around Spell Pierce. Which means we can get rid of both their Tolarian Terrors here if I use Liliana.
Isn't how things were supposed to be. Off you go.
What's up, Rachel? Okay, they didn't have Spell Pierce. I've drawn 2 lands. Okay, I think we're just in a commanding position now anyway, it doesn't matter. They're going to take my Reflection of Kiki-Jiki. Oh, well, if it wasn't Invoke Despair. Nice. Despair is indeed invoked. Alright, so I'm going to cut some top end. Ob Nixilis is fine. Cut down is unplayable. So is Abrade. We bring in Graveyard Trespasser. We bring in Sheoldred. We bring in... I guess I can cut, like... We'll go, like, 2 Sheoldred, 3 Ob Nixilis. And we can go, like... 2 Duress, 2 Bankbuster. Something like that. I think I'll cut a Fable for another Duress just to lower my curve. What's up, TNK? Thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, it's fine. Probably should have led on a mountain, because this gives away information that I don't have Duress. Let's get our threat down. Probably gets countered, but is what it is. I thought about playing Bankbuster, but I think I just want to utilize all my mana and we'll just like play out the Ob Nixilis here. And the next turn we'll just slam Sheoldred. Sometimes you just gotta play all your spells and see what sticks. Now we're gonna go for the double spell. Well, that's a pretty bad card for us. That can't be good. Counterspell, counterspell, counterspell. Flow of knowledge. Seems like the perfect curve to me. They're going to start their next turn with 5 cards in hand. It discarded Tolarian Terror and Consider. There's the Hottie Jin. Best draw for us, I think, is another Bloodtithe. Or that. Card's pretty good right now. Much Hottie, such Jin. Spell Pierce my Duress. They have 2 Spell Pierces? I'll pay for it. Witness Protection and Blue Sun's Twilight. I don't care about either one of these. Take the Twilight, I guess? Royal Peta, thanks for the raid. Appreciate that. How was your stream? Another Duress. We take those. Gimp, what's up? Good to see you, Gimp. Negate. Sure. I will play Liliana now. Goodbye, Hottie Jin. Oh, Royal Peta's Gimp's wife. Nice. Hello, Gimp's wife. Oh, wow, I didn't even know you streamed. Welcome to the stream. Top deck Impulse, play it. Get a card, concede. Or not. They'll concede after a quick message from our sponsors. I'll attack you with my legitimate business person. You changed the name, Peta Gimp, that I used to be, I do remember meeting you in Salt Lake City. I remember meeting you in Salt Lake City as well. Do you have another witness protection? You see, they're so scared of Sheoldred the Apocalypse, they bring in a bunch of witness protections, and they don't really do anything. Blue Sun's Twilight, well, that does something. They're one life. What do you what say you, opponent? Needle. You stream Arc but decided to try The Sims 4 today. Oh my gosh, The Sims is my childhood. They're dead to Graveyard Trespasser ping damage. Don't I have a creature in the grave? Yep. Nice. I'll lead on Mountain just to make sure that they don't know I'm not playing black mana here. What do I want to get removed? This? Okay. I'm okay with that getting countered. Fable? No! Worst possible. Terrible sequence of events. I'll get rid of that. Now they're gonna play their Sheoldred and I'm gonna cry. Arena? It would be a shame if something happened to that. Liliana the Veil's not very good against this Phyrexian Arena, but we have Invoke Despair to get rid of it. Unless they have Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Hopefully they don't have Brotherhood's End. If they do, I'm gonna cry. Because it will get rid of everything. Ooh, just a main phase go for the throat? Why would they ever main phase that? They played that land this turn, right? Oh wait, no. They played this one. So they can't have Graveyard Trespasser here. What's the point of main phase go for the throat? We'll never know. I will get rid of Phyrexian Arena, though. I'd like to draw a land so I can discard that with Liliana. Never lucky. I guess I don't really need this Ob Nixilis.
Drop it.
Discard Razorlash. No attacks because I don't want the Bankbuster to kill my Liliana. And they scoop it up. Main deck Phyrexian Arena. That is a card. So I want Bankbuster, I don't want 2 Razorlashes, I want my cut downs. I can throw an Ob Nixilis for sure. Can trim on Lily. And I want my Graveyard Trespassers, and I think that's it. Like, I don't even want my Razorlash Transmogrant because they have Corpse Appraiser. And it just feeds the Corpse Appraiser. But then again, it's still a really good card if they don't draw Corpse Appraiser. I'll cut it. I am on the draw, so I can consider cutting one of my 2 drops. No, I'll cut a cut down. No, I'm on the draw, so I want all my cut downs. I cut an Underdog for a soul transfer. Nice looking hand here. Thank you, B. Ooh, tap land. I think we're just going Liliana.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate. Sacrifices must be made.
And I'm not going to block with the Harvester, even if they attack with Bankbuster, so I'm just going to let them kill Liliana since I have another one. Alright. Barely. Cool, we're in business. Shelly. No blocks. I'd love a land. That ain't it.
Enough with the mysteries. I've come with answers. Off you go.
Alright, so you're saying there's a chance. Good morning, Threader. What's up? Oh, baby. Liliana's not gonna die? This is Christmas? They have 3 basic mountains. That's a lot. That means they probably have Brotherhood's End post-board. Sheoldred's Edict on Planeswalkers? It's okay, my Graveyard Trespasser lives. It survives. Hey, look, a land, but it's tapped. Abrade that now. Hopefully they just play something I can cut down next turn. And if they don't give me anything to cut down, I think I'm discarding Underdog to try to hit the untapped land for Invoke Despair. Well, I'm happy they Corpse Appraisered now, instead of waiting for me to discard my Underdog. I guess they have no way of knowing that anyway. They discarded another Corpse Appraiser. It's a Fable. It's a Bankbuster. Land? Untapped? Untapped land? Crap. Untapped land? Let's go! Please don't spell pierce me. Wow, they didn't even crew? They just killed themselves. Okay. I'll take it. Alright everyone, thank you very much for hanging out. Give this video a like and a subscribe. Once again, if you do want to see more standard content like this going into the next format, if you do want something to buy the time between this format and next format, I know you only have like a week to do so, but this is a very, very good deck to do that with, especially if you love mid-range decks as much as I do. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the next one, and I'll see you over there. And as always, peace.